Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel New Networks. In today's tutorial, we will learn how to configure web filter policy and application filter policy. Just before we begin, I would like to add a note. Till our previous tutorial, we were managing our Sophos XG firewall through the host laptop. But hereafter, we will be managing our firewall through either of the one workstation for whom we have assigned a VM network 1 in our previous tutorial and we have designated in our LAN network. So now we have designed a network as per requirement, and hereafter we will be accessing through this one of the host which has IP 10.1.1.150 or 10.1.1.100. Let's quickly begin the configuration. We'll start with the web filter policy. So before that, just let me give you a brief about a web filter. A web filter usually blocks us access to specific type of web content, and firewall prevents your network from exposing internal services and computers to external threats. So how to configure the web filter policy? Over here, we will be taking a sample of two of the website. One is youtube.com, another is facebook.com. YouTube belongs to video hosting or a streaming media category. Facebook belongs to social media category. Now over here, going to web, you have multiple tabs, policies, where you can see a pre-configured policies, then user activities, categories. When you go to categories, over here there are pre-configured categories, then a URL group is the option, exception, and so on. So when we talk about the corporate environment, over there the policies are usually created on the basis of categories. Like, no one in the corporate environment will say you that block youtube.com or block facebook.com. It will be a general term saying that as per our corporate policy, we block the social media over our network, or they will say we block video streaming sites over our network. So I at the last I will show you how you can define the policy using a URL. But as per our corporate environment, we will configure the policy and we will begin with the configuration. Additionally, like let's say for example, you want to block a social media category. Okay, so in that case, there is a pre-configured category over here definitely. But if you want to block a particular website, like let's say for example you want to block a website which is unknown to you. Let's assume that the www.facebook.com is not known to you. Now as per our corporate policy, we need to block that category. So how you will come to know that Facebook belongs to which category? So going to diagnostic, under URL category lookup, you will type that website www.facebook.com and you will search. It will give you the result saying that the category name is social networking. Likewise, you can do for youtube.com. It will give you, it is for video hosting. As I told you that in today's tutorial, we will be focusing on these two websites. We will block these two websites, but as per the corporate policy, not through the general URL policy. Okay. So let's go again to the web option. Over here, I will just show you that for now, this is my client. I'm in client PC1, my youtube.com. It is working for me. Okay. Like facebook.com. It is working for me. I want to block this over my network. Okay. Let's begin with the configuration. Going to web, you will configure your policy. Click on add policy. We'll give the name as lab policy. You can give anything. Description is optional. By default, it has given you one rule. You need to create a rule in the policy. Okay. Click on add rule. Over here, you can see the user activities, all web traffic. We don't want to block all the web traffic. What we need to block? We need to block a category, social networking, and video hosting in order to block Facebook and YouTube. You will remove this. You will add a new item over here, and you will search for. It's not showing, right? Because it is filtered. Let me take a little bit down more. Okay, you have to click here, show only, view all. Now over here it will give you category, user panel, everything. So type for social networking. Yes, you found it. Apply one. Now you have to add one more, that is video hosting or video streaming. Again you have to check this. Okay, and you will see video hosting is a category. Define this category. Video file is a file. Okay, file filtering. We are not doing file filtering, we are doing web filtering for now. So we will define a category, apply one, selected. That's all. You have selected both. The action will be block, which is already by default. Over here you have user action for https traffic. You will say block https. Okay, you have block https. You will turn on this policy, and thereafter scrolling down you will save this policy. Now it is saying you that add this policy to a firewall rule. Now we will not, because secondary we will, what we will do, we will add a application filter also, and thereafter we can move to the firewall rules. Okay, so this is how you can configure a web filter policy. I will repeat. You will add a policy, you will give a name, you will add a rule. Let me open the same policy for the better understanding. Okay, you will add a rule, and whatever categories you want to block you will select. You by a default http action is block. You will block the https as well. You will turn on the status and you will save the configuration, and your web filter policy is created on the basis of category, where you have defined the category to be social media and video streaming or video hosting, you can say. Now in order to block the do the application filtering, you will move on to the application tab. What is application filter? Application filtering is the most sophisticated level of filtering performed by the firewall services, and is especially useful in protecting the network against specific type of attacks such as malicious SMTP commands or attempts to penetrate the local DNS server. Over here also you will see that there are pre-configured application filters for you, but we will be configuring our own filter. So for that you have an option to add. Additionally, you have a huge application list, and even that is also categorized as per their category, like webmail, video stream, similar to web filtering. So what over here we will do, we will add an application filter. We will say for the application filter name we will give the same name, lab policy. The template will be allowable. I will tell you why we are keeping allowable. We need to block, but over here we are keeping allowable. That is also a reason. I will explain you once we create a policy. Save it. Now you will open this lab policy again. Over here you will add all those applications which you want to block. So similarly to the web policy, we can only allow those certain applications, but as per the corporate policy, we say that we need to block the entire category of social media, video streaming. So over here also we will be doing the similar way. In category we will say social streaming media, and I will click OK, select all and save it. Moving on, I will add one more category, that is streaming media. Social media was for social media websites. Streaming media is for video websites, video streaming. I will say OK. Let's select all. In the last filters where I was blog, I mean, where I was categorizing and selecting the social media, I have straight away saved it. I have done that purposely to show you something. See, when you select this, select all, before saving you should deny this, because you want to deny all this application filter, and you will save it. Now, in case what I did, purposely I did one mistake. I have saved it by keeping allow. If you do this mistake, then what you have to do? See, the social media, this is deny, but over here we forgot to deny, it is allowed. In this case, you will simply edit, scroll down, and you will deny this and save it. So in the application filter, you have categorized all the application which you want to block, and you have kept the action as deny for all the time. For streaming media, for category streaming media, the all the time the action is deny. For streaming media, over here also we selected streaming media. Sorry guys, actually over here I was supposed to select social media. This is our streaming media, right? Okay, I will add one more, and I will categorize as social media, social networking. I will say okay, and I will deny, and I will save it. Now in the application filter, you have added a list of application for which is categorized under social networking and social streaming media, and you have kept the action as deny. You will save this. So let me tell you what exactly we did over here. We created an application filter with lab policy and kept the default action as allow, and then inside we have added the list of application by categorizing one as a social networking, another as a streaming media. This application filter we have denied, so we are saying that I want to deny all this selected application, and the rest all default action for this policy should be allowed. So in this is how we have created our web application filter, sorry, web filter and the application filter policy. The last step is to go to rules and policy, and over here we will apply this web filter and application filter to our policy LAN to WAN, which we created in our last tutorial. Scrolling down, you will see web filtering. Over here you will apply our policy. We will search as lab policy, and we will apply this, and just check this block QIC protocol. In identity and control application, you will be searching for our policy name, that was lab policy. You will select this and apply. Thereafter you will simply save the firewall rule. Once this is saved, let's open the browser and we will try to browse the website which falls under this category. We will try to access youtube.com and see it is blocked, it is not reachable. We'll try to browse Facebook, even this is not reachable. Twitter, this is not reachable because we have blocked the category. Okay, moving on. This was all about the corporate policies. This is how in the corporate the policies are configured for web filter and application filter. But additionally, I would like to say that, for example, if you want to block a certain website using a URL, not a category, I mean, over there, you want to block facebook.com, but at the same time, you want to access Twitter or you want to access LinkedIn. So in this case, what you will do, going to web, you will go to URL group, you will create one URL, you will say URL group name Facebook. This is, guys, I will repeat, this is not the way we do the filtering, but this is just for showing purpose that this is how you can do the filtering as per the URL also. You will say www.facebook.com, okay, and you will simply add it, and you will save it. Okay, you have saved this URL group. Now you will create one policy. Earlier we created a policy using a category. Now we are creating a policy using a URL group. Over here you will add a policy. You will say block Facebook. You will add a rule over here. Similarly, instead of selecting a category, you will select a URL group over here. Show only, view all. We have given a name Facebook. I will scroll down, and this is the URL which we created, and apply it. Once applied, the action for HTTP is block. Even for HTTPS, you will block. You will turn on the rule, and you will save this policy. Save. Now what we will do, we will go to firewall rules. Over here, I will be applying, I will remove that old web filter from here, which was lab policy, and I will be applying a new filter whose name was block Facebook. Okay, and I will save this. Okay, the firewall rule is updated. Now again I will be going to, now see the web filter, we have removed the old web filter. Now we have added a new web filter where we have uh, defined the policy using a URL group and block the facebook.com. Okay, I will open a new window and I will say www.facebook.com, and it is not reachable. But at the same time, I will go to Twitter. Oh, 1 second, guys. I forgot to remove the application filter, right? Yeah. Let me remove the application filter as well from here. Okay, I will save the configuration. Okay, let me move on to the browser and we will try to browse facebook.com. And over here you can see it is block. Additional, see this page is coming, your connection is not private and so on. This error we will be fixing it. Not even only this, we are getting error like the site is not reachable. Actually over there a Sophos page should come where it should say that the particular website is blocked by the administrator due to the website categorized as so and so, the, or you can say the administrator has blocked the access to the website category social media. So this should come. We will be doing this in the coming tutorial, but for now just for we are learning how to use the web filtering and application filtering. That's why I am limiting these things over here only. Facebook was blocked. I am trying to open Twitter and it is opening, which means now your web filter is working on the basis of URL where you have allowed only, where you have blocked only facebook.com. So guys, that was all about web filtering and application filtering. Just to recall what we did in today's tutorial. Very first, we have seen what is web filtering, what is application filtering, and moreover, the good thing was we are now trying to manage our firewall, Sophos firewall, through a host or through a workstation which is within our design network. After web filtering and application filtering, we saw how you can diagnose the category of the website. Going to diagnostics, under URL category lookup, you will just put the website and it will provide you the category. Thereafter, we have created a web filter policy using a category of the websites. Then we have configure the application filter policy uh, using the category of the applications. Thereafter, we have seen that not only using the category, but even you can block the website using a URL group also. Even same with the applications also. If you don't want to categorize, if you want to block only, like let's say for example Facebook, you can do that also over here. I haven't shown you, but I can show it. Lab policy. Going to lab policy, you simply add over here, and instead of selecting the category, what you have to do is just click on this select individual application, filter it, and type Facebook and apply. So you will see all these Facebook related things will come. You have to simply select and save it. Okay, once you save this, then the application related category for the Facebook will be only block. So finally, conclusion, I will say that you can define a web filter policy using a category of the websites. Similarly, applications you can block using the category of the applications, or as individually you can define a URL and block the website, or individually you can select application from the application list and you can block the application. So guys, that's all for today, and thanks for watching my video. If you like my video, please share with your friends and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks once again, and see you in the next tutorial.